What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to our majestic comic book review video where I say words from my mouth and you, the beautiful people, listen. It is I, your crazy Nicolas Cage, your steward of Gondor, your genius, billionaire playboy, basic YouTuber philanthropist, SuperCliff. And would you guys be ever so kindly as to smash that like and subscribe button, for every little bit helps in this crazy YouTube world. And today, folks, we are covering the finale for next year's Eisner-winning series. And yes, I obviously can foresee the future because that's what I can do. But yeah, we are covering Beta Ray Bill, issue number 5, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, with the colors by Mike Spicer. And away we go. Alrighty, folks. So we begin this issue with an old Western standoff. A standoff between the demon fire god Surtur and our heroic horse-faced magnificent Beta Ray Bill. And Beta Ray Bill, he has come here for the Twilight Sword. And because of the sword's magical properties, Bill is hoping that by wielding the sword, it can transform himself back into his humanoid form. Thus, we see these two forces of power standing toe-to-toe, preparing for the fight of a lifetime. Now, it's here where Surtur tells us that the Twilight Sword, it no longer listens to him. It has deemed him unworthy. But if Surtur can defeat Bill in one-on-one combat, then this will prove him to be worthy enough to wield Twilight once more. Now, fortunately, because of this, it does provide Bill with the advantage to at least hold out against the King Kong-sized fire god, because if Surtur were to wield Twilight, then Bill would obviously be killed within a second. But nonetheless, as these two begin to clash against one another, Bill immediately gets uppercutted up towards the sky. And once Beta Ray Bill lands, he straight up calls Surtur a coward, because at the moment, Surtur is the size of Mount Doom. Basically, you can make the comparison that Surtur is using Goro to fight Bill's Kano in a match of Mortal Kombat. All Surtur has to do is keep pressing the heavy attack button and Goro wins. And so, because he wants to prove himself worthy, Surtur agrees to Bill's request and shrinks himself down to Bill's size. And alas, the fight officially begins. Mortal Kombat begins. Now, while these two are going at it, Scuttle and Scourge are working on some kind of plan, something that can help Beta Ray Bill in his fight. And as Bill continues to do battle, at the end of the day, he's only a Corbinite. At the end of the day, Bill is fighting Surtur, a fire god, a deity that has destroyed many planets, including Bill's homeworld. So overall, it's only a matter of time before Bill is eventually defeated. And that's exactly what Surtur proclaims to our hero, whilst at the same time beating the ever-living crap out of him. But suddenly, just as all hope seems to be lost, Pip the Troll shows up in Bill's defense, shooting Surtur in the back with his machine gun. But this proves to be nothing more than a distraction, and from there, Surtur charges Pip, and in a moment of shock and horror, Surtur impales Pip. But it's revealed here to us that Pip actually planned to go out like this the entire time, because as Surtur is laughing and is enjoying his moment of victory, Pip ignites a mighty amount of explosives, and as Pip teleports off to safety, the explosives go off, which as a result provides Beta Ray Bill a chance to get back into the fight to kick Surtur's ass. And Bill is dropping punches left and right, even going as far as to impale the villain on one of the cavern's spires, like a boss. However, the fight isn't over, folks, because Surtur, he's like, fuck this, I'm a fire god, I can do what I want. And it's here where Surtur transforms himself back into his King Kong form. And with being tired of this farce, Surtur's like, I'm gonna end this fight once and for all. And I'm gonna come after your family, and I'm gonna kill your wife, your son. Yeah, you guys get the point. But while this is all going down, we pan over to Scuttle and Scourge, and we find out that during this entire fight, Scuttle has been transforming the ship into a giant mega-sized cannon, which makes sense because, she's also the ship. And alas, with Scourge given the honors, he pulls the trigger and he blows a giant-ass hole right through Surtur's chest. And immediately Surtur falls to the ground. The fight is over. Now, with this opportunity, Beta Ray Bill heads over to the Twilight Sword and he pulls it out, for the sword has now chosen Beta Ray Bill. And from there, he walks over to Surtur and slices his head off using the Twilight Sword. And by wielding the sword's power, Bill transforms back into his humanoid form. And alas, victory has been obtained. Afterwards, once the fight is over, and after the ship has switched back to being a ship, the crew are checking in on Pip, wondering if the little guy's gonna make it. And as they continue about, the Valkyries on their Pegasuses show up and are here to take Scourge back to Valhalla because with his mission and helping Bill being now complete, he no longer belongs here. Thus, after an emotional scene, Bill and Scourge bid each other farewell, with Bill confirming that Scourge is without a doubt the best wingman. Now, following Scourge's departure, we see Bill sitting in front of the Twilight Sword, staring at it, because now that Bill has exactly what he wants, he's sort of thinking whether or not he actually does. You know, does the Twilight Sword complete him? Does it give Bill that validation that he's been searching for? And quite frankly, he doesn't know. And so he is left staring at the Twilight Sword while the movie Hook plays in the background. Later, we see Pip waking up, and our little guy is extremely happy for his friend, happy for Bill, and seeing that he has gotten what he's wanted ever since the story's beginning. The feeling of being whole again. However, it's obvious just by how Bill's looking that Bill actually doesn't feel this way. He doesn't feel whole, nor does he feel better. And as Bill is looking out across the vast distance of space, the window's reflection shows him and us the horse-faced Beta Ray Bill, the monster, the brute which resides within him, the true Beta Ray Bill. And that, folks, was Beta Ray Bill, issue number 5. And oh my god, what an amazing finale to an amazing miniseries. Daniel Warren Johnson knocks it out of the park with this. And it's funny because, you know, one of the things that the series has going against it was the story's predictability. Like, we all knew that at the end of the day, Bill wasn't going to feel complete after getting the sword. We all knew that. Yet the journey, folks, the journey that took Bill and everyone from point A to point B, C, and D was incredible. And holy crap, did I get emotional throughout this entire book. Legit, I screamed out loud at the part when Surtur stabbed Pip the Troll. I was like, what? Because I've never given a shit about that character. Yet I cared. I didn't want Pip to die. And I also wanted to cry when Scourge had to say his goodbye. Seriously, this book is a pure example that you don't need surprises nor intricate storylines to occur. As long as you have well-written characters who your readers can get behind by, then you are hooked. And the fact that Daniel Warren Johnson was able to write this story and have it come off as being something easy is wildly impressive. Stories are hard to write, and they're never easy, folks. Yet here, Daniel Warren Johnson makes it look like a simple Tuesday. Overall, the series was fantastic, and the way in which it ends was beautiful. And it's beautiful because the book literally, it doesn't come off saying that Bill is happy or sad. Rather, it leaves his current state of emotion to be lightly questioned, essentially asking us, the readers, was it worth it? Is Beta Ray Bill complete? Beta Ray Bill, issue number 10, gets a sexy 10 out of 10. Giggity goo.